You know, there's really nothing better than a big, juicy, homegrown tomato. You watch it ripen on the vine till you know it's just right. But if you live in a region where it gets a little colder, you might think it's only possible to grow those tomatoes only half the year. Not anymore. It's actually easier than you think. And joining us now to tell us how is the Big Tomato himself, Jeremy Stout, president of the Big Tomato, and Josh Field, his vice president. Good morning.
Thank you for having us today.
Good morning.
I'm thrilled you're here. I love this indoor garden we have here.
It's beautiful.
It's awesome. And tomatoes are growing?
Tomatoes?
Or tomatoes.
Whatever you'd like.
There you go. But let's talk about you two. You guys have been friends for how long?
Oh, going on 25 years, and it has to be
Long time.
by now.
25 years.
Yeah.
And you both have been very passionate for that long about growing and gardening. Tell me about that. Where does that passion come from, Jeremy?
Well, my passion started when I was a lot younger. Okay. I was introduced to hydroponics, which is gardening without soil, when I was younger. My father wanted to build an earthship, which is a self-sustainable house where you provide your own fruits and vegetables and basically live off grid and sustain for yourself.
That must have been a lot of fun.
It was really fun.
Good quality time together. How about you, Josh?
And for me, it was something that was kind of passed through our friendship, and then after having my children with my wife, it was something that we could do together. So it was something I could teach them where your food comes from, kind of how to respect where your food comes from to your plate, you know, where it comes
Excellent.
from. So.
Now, this setup, you just mentioned a word, hydroponics.
Hydroponics.
Is that what we have here?
Yes, these are hydroponic systems.
What is that?
Hydroponics is gardening without soil. So you would take the same plants, whatever you choose. These are tomato plants. These are tomato starts. We went ahead and placed them in these little clay balls. That replaces the soil.
Oh, so wait, let me understand this, because let me tell you, I don't have anything at home that is living in terms of plants, because I kill everything. And this sounds easy enough for me.
That.
There is no soil involved here.
No soil.
No soil option whatsoever.
Excellent.
Soilless mix.
This is great. Okay, so walk me through this. Step number one, how do we start something like this?
You'd get a hydroponic system like this one from Botanicare. This is the micro garden. You'd take the container, you'd take your starts like I said earlier.
And what are these?
Those are little clay balls. Those are called grow rocks.
Cool.
Yeah. You go ahead and place the plant in there, put it in the system, and then you go ahead and add water with some nutrients.
And that is, in essence, the soil you're really not using.
You got it.
Exactly.
That's the nutrients. They're suspended in the water, so you have perfect growing conditions anywhere, anytime.
You know why I'm smiling?
Yeah.
Ladies, that means your manicure, it's still going to look gorgeous. This is great. I'm loving this. All right, so step number two. What do we do after that?
Well, step number two, I mean, right here is a good example. Obviously, there's been some growth stage. You're starting to get flowers. Little tomatoes are starting to form on the ends of the flowers and stuff like that. In this case, if you don't have direct sunlight within your house, it can come from a window or even a little bit indirect. You could add some lighting yourself. This is a little fluorescent light, inexpensive, but it's a way to give some supplementary light to the plant to help it actually start to flower.
And how long would it take, Josh, to grow something like
These guys right here are probably within the 6 to 8 week area.
Okay.
Probably 8 to 10 weeks is going to be just right for you to start getting small tomatoes that you could harvest from the plants.
And let me understand this correctly. This is something that you can do whether you live in a tiny apartment in New York or you have, let's say, a big garden, or a big backyard, I should say, like I do in Miami.
They do it on the space station as well as they do it in the North and South Pole.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. And you know exactly where your food is coming from. You know exactly what you're eating.
You know what you're putting into it, and you know what's going into your body when you're done. Yeah.
You're in control.
I love being in control.
Exactly.
Now, tell me about this little guy here. This is beautiful.
Now, these are nice. These are also from Botanicare. It's basically a self-watering hydro system. Again, there's no soil used in here. You use the clay balls again. Your water and little packets of nutrients you add in here every 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and the plant will take it up as it goes. So it's basically a low maintenance. They look nice. They're modern looking. It's very nice.
So even people without a green thumb can have success.
And you're talking about me. And I'm not going to get down and dirty.
No, you don't have to.
And this is something actually that I could do with my little girls.
Absolutely. You can do herb gardens, tomatoes, peppers, anything that you can think of that you can grow outside, you could bring indoors.
Very educational.
Very much sold. Thank you so much.
Except plastic plants.
And that's what I have in my house.
Thank you very much.
But I'm going to take this gorgeous little thing home and put it in my house. It'll be the
Please
first
do.
living thing I have.
Please do.
I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
And we definitely want you to check out thebigtomato.com/The Balancing Act. Lots of great info on the website about doing your own growing at home and not ruining